Yetta, just take a step.
In which direction? Toward life or death?
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are honored that for over 35 years, we've been able to come alongside you to build your finances, build your faith, build your fitness, not only help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And really, it's 35 years of making wealthy, wise decisions, because it really is about much more than the money.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to discover this time that this is the third factor, or the third decision, I guess, really towards your vitality, towards your well-being. What's the third one? I think we gave you a clue already. It's about taking action.
Mm-hmm.
When we say life step or death step, what do we really mean, Ken?
Well, is it improving your life? Is it improving your health? Is it improving your mindset? Is it improving your business? Is it improving your wealth? That's a life step. If you eat something that's very toxic, or, like candy, sugar, whatever, that's a death step. It's actually moving you to poor health, and poor health is taking a step towards death. And so it's heavy to call it a life step and a death step.
It's really heavy.
And it's really helped me with some of the decisions I make as to whether that's going to improve my life or take away from my life, which is what we call a death step. Now, remember, this is the third decision. There's lots of decisions that affect your life and your vitality.
And we're saying that the top three
are what you focus on.
Okay, what you focus on.
Yep.
The meaning you give something was in segment 2. And in segment 3, it's the action that you take.
Yep.
What do you actually do now that you've decided where you're going to focus? What meaning you're going to give whatever you're focusing on, really, in the situations and circumstances that happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And now what action will you take as a result? If you handle those 3, the other decisions actually flow out of them.
Yeah, there's a story of 2 brothers, twin brothers. They got interviewed. One was a very successful CEO of a company, and he was asked, why? What was the impetus for him being so successful? And he said, well, my parents, both of them were alcoholics. I didn't get a great upbringing. And so I decided I was going to be very successful and have a great family life. And so that's why I've created this phenomenal life for my family and for myself. And the other brother was homeless on the street.
So tragic.
It is. And they asked him, why are you on the streets? And he said, well, I came from a family that was alcoholic. My parents were both alcoholics, so I didn't get the upbringing that I needed, and that's why I'm on the street. Both had the same situation, the same conditions that they grew up in.
Yeah, the same circumstances of their childhood.
Yeah, and they both give it different meaning, took different actions, and got different results.
And that's probably true for every situation that happens in our life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's an extreme story and an extreme example. And yet I suspect, even if you look at your own family, because I know it's true for me and the family that I was raised in, that all 3 of us made very different determinations or meanings about what our circumstances and the conditions of our upbringing, what that meant.
Yeah, and even later on in life, how things were thrown at you or what your life situation was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your brother made a different decision with what life brought to him than you and your sister.
Right.
Your sister and you decided life was grand. And let's make the most of it.
Right. And so we look at your own situation. I mean, let's not get caught up in our stories necessarily, but let's get caught up in your story. This is a thing we all know. We all know that it matters what action we take. And yet in the heat of the moment, sometimes we can get sucked in because of what we focused on and because of the meaning that we gave what we focused on.
Mm-hmm.
And then our action is different as a result. So really what I was going to say beg, but I'm not a beggar. What we're imploring you to do is to consider deeply what the actual actions are, because there's so much of life you can't change. You can't impact. We can always decide what action we will take, so this is one of the ones that really hit home for me. When somebody does something that is very negative, let's say, and I perceive it as very negative toward me, maybe they take advantage of me, maybe whatever the case may be. You, like I, have probably both done it and felt like it's been done to us, where somebody's taken advantage of us. And I can make that mean that I'm not worth anything more than that. I can make it mean that they're super mean. I can make it mean all kinds of things. And I can also make the decision that I'm not going to be generous anymore, because obviously it just hurts me when I do. Mm-hmm. And so if I allow someone else's action to affect my action in the future, that's not such a cool decision. Mm-hmm. So I get to decide that what happens out there doesn't get to change my character. That's a decision.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And this back to those life steps and death steps, right? Does that bring life to your life, or does that bring death to your life? Mm-hmm. You get to take the action. Like, I go out to eat. I decide, am I going to drink water, which gives me life, or am I going to drink pop or alcohol, which brings me closer to death? Am I going to eat salad or fries? Those are simple food choices. But, one of the things I've done is I've hired a coach, right? A mind coach, a fitness coach, a business coach. You've even hired a spiritual coach.
Oh, more than once. And that was life-changing for my spiritual journey, and therefore affects the rest of my life. If you're thinking I need to make a good decision about November 20th, just go to the website, dekkerteam.com, and join us at the Ultimate Sales Machine Boot Camp. Mm-hmm. Great decision, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Yetta, do you have a poem for us?
I do. I'm so excited about this. So as I'm sharing this poem, just sit back. Unless you're driving, don't close your eyes. But just sit back and listen. And what you want to be wanting to think about is, what is the identity of the thing I'm talking about, or the person I'm talking about, or whatever, in this poem. I am your constant companion. I'm your greatest helper, or your heaviest burden. I will pull you onward to success, or drag you down to failure. I'm completely at your command. Half the things you do, you might as well turn over to me, because I will do them quickly and correctly. I'm easily managed, though you must merely be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after just a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of all great moms, all great dads, all great salespeople. Really, I'm the servant of all great people, and alas, of all failures as well. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, although I work with all the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of a human. You can run me for profit, or you can run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. I just need you to take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Or if you're easy with me, I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit.
Yeah, that's powerful. So look closely at the decisions you're making on autopilot. Slow down and make life steps today. We're humbled that you joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together we've got this.
Moving Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward.